Hello and Minglaba, I am Henry Zin. Welcome to Myanmar Today, and this is where we take a look at what's happening in Myanmar. Today we have reports from our reporters Loom on the report with the title, There is No One Who Does Not Miss Home. Akajo got the story on SGBs in Myanmar showcased their business ideas at the Enterprise Demo Day. Thora Swezin will give us a detailed report on Kafka Festival Yangon. And last but not least, Williamson has the story on the second Asian Chokushin Pacific Championship to be held on 23rd of June in Yangon. Before we get to the reports, let's have a quick look at the latest local news from around Myanmar. President U Min received outgoing German ambassador to Myanmar, Dorothy Janetska-Wenzel, who completed her tour of duty in Myanmar at the presidential palace in Naypyidaw on Thursday. During the meeting, the leaders cordially discussed matters on increasing bilateral relations and cooperation. Present at the meeting were Union Minister for the Office of the Union Government U Min Thu, Union Minister for International Cooperation U Jodin, and other officials. From January 1st to 20th of June, this year, a total of 16 people were infected with influenza A H1N1. Reports showed 5 died from the virus in Yangon region and 1 died in Sagaing region, making it 6. The victims were reported to be the elderly and young children who already had chronic illnesses such as diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, or respiratory disease. The Ministry of Health and Sports continuously monitors communicable diseases and those with fast spread rate, implementing preventive measures and administering timely response. Starting from 2017, the ministry has carried out monitoring tasks for flu-related symptoms by expanding into 8 hospitals. The ministry will also be expanding into 15 hospitals, including the general hospitals for North Oklapa, Insane, Laintaya, and state or regional level hospitals. A disaster alert notification DAN application developed for the people across the country was launched on Thursday in Naypyidaw. The app, which is called the DAN application, was officially launched by the Disaster Management Department of the Ministry of Social Welfare Relief and Resettlement at the Hilton Hotel in Naypyidaw, with a number of key persons present to commemorate the significance of the event. Funded by the UNDP and ECHO, the application was upgraded. Dissemination about DAN application and introducing it to the people would be launched in regions and states next week. DAN application can also be used by the persons with disabilities and is available on the Google Play Store and Apple Store for download. And that's all with the local news. You're still with me on MI Radio's Myanmar Today. And I believe it's time now to take a look at our first report. With the coordination of Progressive Voice, the report with the title, There is No One Who Does Not Miss Home, was launched successfully by 15 different organizations. The launch ceremony took place at the Best Western Green Hill Hotel in Yangon on Thursday, with the objective to call for the full and meaningful participation of displaced populations in the decision-making level of all policy process in Myanmar. Loom reports.
Hi there, this is your messenger Loom, greeting from Myanmar Radio. Now I've got a story about a report with the title, There's No One Who Does Not Miss Home. The report with the title, There is No One Who Does Not Miss Home, was launched at the Best Western Green Hill Hotel Yangon on June 20, 2019. The report was about a collaborative effort between 15 ethnic community-based organizations and locally based civil society organizations. It was mainly coordinated by Progressive Voice. Those 15 organizations were Human Rights Foundation of Moonland, Karen Student Network Group, Karen Human Rights Groups, and all the civil society organizations relating to Karen, Karenni Legal and Human Rights Centers, and all the civil society relating to Karenni, Kongja Shan Refugee Camp, Kachin Women's Association Thailand, Bio Health Working Group, the An Women's Organization, and Progressive Voice. Mr. Alex Moody, Research Director of Progressive Voice, explained more about the report.
Sure, my name is Alex Moody. I'm the Research Director at Progressive Voice. Sure. So this report is a joint report of 15 organisations, many of them working with displaced communities, refugees and IDPs. And the objective is to amplify the voices and the concerns and the needs of refugees and IDPs who are living in displacement conditions due to armed conflict, to raise their voice and to get their concerns and perspectives to a larger audience.
Now, let's find out some of the voices from the discussants at the following report launching ceremony. The discussants said the report truly reflected the conditions of IDPs and refugees of Myanmar.
ဒီနေ့နော်ကျမတို့ဖောက်လာခဲ့တဲ့စာအုပ်တွေကတကယ်ပဲကျမတို့တက်ခိုက်တွေ IDP တွေအတန်ဘဝကိုစားပြုတဲ့စာအုပ်ဖြစ်တယ်ဒီစာအုပ်ကိုစာလုံးနဲ့မြင်နေရေးထားတာရွယ်မမြင်မှန်တယ်ဒီလူတွေရဲ့ဘဝဘယ်လောက်ရင်းနှီးမြှုပ်နှံခဲ့ရလဲပြတော့မြင်ပြီးတော့ဆက်လက်ပြီးတော့ဆွေးနွေးတန်တွေပြောကြပြီးတော့ advocate လုပ်ပေးဖို့ကျမအနေနဲ့အလို့လို့ပြောချင်ပါတယ်အားလုံးကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်
The report findings are based primarily on 338 individual interviews and 21 focus group discussions with refugees and IDPs, as well as interviews with the ethnic armed organizations, civil society organizations, UN agencies, and international non-governmental organizations. The idea of the report actually came in 2016, explained Mr. Alex Moody, Research Director of Progressive Voice.
Okay, so the idea of this report actually came in 2016, and the research was done through 2017 and 2018, and we produced this report, the printing, etc., in 2019. So it was a long process. It was a lot of field research and quite comprehensive. So that's why it took quite a long time.
The report highlighted that all interviewees who rely on aid make them seriously concerned about survival. Reduction in aid and prolonged displacements has led to higher rates of depression, suicide, as well as increased domestic violence, gambling, drug and alcohol dependency, among other social impacts.
So the future steps, we hope to get this report to as many decision makers as possible. We want people who are in the government and UN agencies to read this and to take on board the concerns and the recommendations of refugees and IDPs and include them in their decision making. This is absolutely vital for the future.
The report has called on the government of Myanmar, the Tamaro, and all other stakeholders to take concrete steps towards a genuine peace process that addresses the root causes of the conflict. It is said that the government of Myanmar and all other stakeholders should ensure the full and meaningful participation of displaced populations in the decision-making level of all policy process which affect them. Alright, that's all about the report with the title, There is no one who does not miss home. Goodbye, until next story, I am yours, Lou.
It's the report with the title, There is no one who does not miss home. We'll be taking a look at the stocks and currency exchange rates in Yangon in a while, but let's check on weather updates now in the three major cities in Myanmar. In Yangon, 31 degrees Celsius, partly cloudy, but it feels like 38 degrees Celsius. Highest temperature is expected to be 31 degrees Celsius, but we're looking at the lowest temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. 43% chance of rain is expected. In Naypyidaw, 31 degrees Celsius and mostly cloudy, but it feels like 37 degrees Celsius. Highest temperature is expected to be 32 degrees Celsius, and we're looking at the lowest temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. 34% chance of rain is expected. In Mandalay, 35 degrees Celsius and mostly sunny, but it feels like 40 degrees Celsius. Highest temperature is expected to be 36 degrees Celsius, and we're looking at the lowest temperature of 27 degrees Celsius. 7% chance of rain is expected. That's the weather reports here in Myanmar. Before we move on to stocks and currency exchange rates, let's take a look at the second report for today. The second cohort of Enterprise Demo Day took place at Yangon City Hall on Thursday. 10 small and growing businesses in Myanmar showcased their business ideas at the Enterprise Demo Day with 7-minute presentation. Responsible persons from Yangon Region Government, UK Aid and ADB Ventures joined the event. Agacho reports.
Held for the second round, 10 small and growing businesses (SGBs) pitched their business ideas and financial models at the Enterprise Demo Day. The event at the Yangon City Hall drew 100+ SME community members, as well as some of the leading impact entrepreneurs of Myanmar. The event is organized by One to Watch Myanmar, which offers Enterprise Business Accelerator Program and supported by ADB Ventures, the NA Facility, and UK Aid. Country Director of One to Watch Myanmar, Mr. Robert Groen said.
But entrepreneurship is also key to the development of a country, to bring new products, new innovation. And that's why we're so incredibly proud to have 10 of the top entrepreneurs from Myanmar here today, and all of you to support them. So thank you for being here. I think this is quite a unique moment here in Myanmar to have you.
After working extensively with industry experts to fine-tune their business models and financial plans, Enterprise's second cohort pitched their businesses to an international audience of angel investors, venture capitalists, and private equity funds. This year, the 10 SGBs are from various industries, including agriculture, health tech, edtech, and clean energy. Donald Bandin Samyo, the regional minister for Kaying Ethnic Affairs, said.
So in Myanmar, according to our Central Statistic Organization, 98% of more than 120,000 businesses are registered as an SME sector. We have combined 21.9 million workers, but unfortunately 83% of them are unregistered SME. So we are quite concerned for the SME sector development. That is why we contribute to our Myanmar sustainable development as well. So in last year, American governments tried to provide a loan to all the SMEs sector through the white government grants. The loan to Myanmar is 200 million shares. It's equivalent to the 147 million US dollar. But if you compare 120,000 SMEs, the least requirements, we can't fulfill all the requirements. We only provide a portion. So we need a lot of integration with the private sector as well.
Hi, I'm Ada. I'm the program coordinator for One to Watch Myanmar. I think it's the fact that, we need to really support SMEs in Myanmar. They're the backbone of our economy. As I said, they create the jobs. They bring about the innovations that we need. They're providing solutions that, the government might not be able to. So we really need to harness the power of the private sector, and we all need to really work together, like NGOs, the government, big conglomerates, and basically everyone to kind of build up the entrepreneurial ecosystem in Myanmar and support the SMEs and SME development.
The 10 SGBs are Concept X, Fairyland, Future Glory, Clinic, Mickey's Real Wood Upcycled Furniture, Myan Care, Pro Niti Travel, Shan Momyi, Techno Hill, and The Craft.
This is where my mom was born. So a few years back, we visited to the place and we found a problem and also the market opportunity. The first problem is that it has been the conflict area for nearly 17 years. So the farmers in that area, their lack of agricultural knowledge and no access to high-end market. This is the problem that we found. So there is also the opportunity. That Danang area, 70% of lands are virgin land. So we can grow chemical-free and organic product in that area. Also, we researched the market. Myanmar's market is using 10 to 15 billion every year, and it is growing 15% year after year. Another thing is that in the global organic market, it is also.
This is Agajo reporting for Myanmar International Radio.
That's a report on SGBs in Myanmar showcased their business ideas at the Enterprise Demo Day. All right, let's now check on the currency rates from Myanmar's central bank. $1 is at 1,524 kyats. 1 Chinese renminbi is at 222 kyats. 1 euro is at 1,720 kyats. 1 pound sterling is at 1,937 kyats. 1 Singapore dollar is at 1,123 kyats. 1 Malaysian ringgit is at 367 kyats. 1 Thai baht is at 49 kyats, and the Indian rupee is at 21 kyats. Gold is trading at $1,404. Silver is at $15, and Brent crude oil is at $56. On the Yangon Stock Exchange, FMI is at 12,000. MTSH is up 50 at 3,350. MCB is at 7,900. FPB is at 24,500. TMH is at 3,000. And that's all on currency rates and Yangon Stock Exchange for today. This is Myanmar Today, broadcasting live from Myanmar International Radio. You can visit our website at miradio.com.mm and listen to our radio programs live on the website. Great music, great shows, keeping you entertained. And if you're on FM, catch us on 96.1 FM in Yangon, 96.5 in Mandalay, and 96.7 in Naypyidaw. Or better yet, download MI Radio app on both iOS and Android devices, so MI Radio is with you wherever you go. Moving on to third report. Kafka Festival Yangon, showcasing literature, arts and films of Kafka's works, is taking place at Goethe Institute from 19th to 23rd of June. It's a great opportunity of studying who Kafka is and why his works have influenced the 20th century literature. Dora Suezin reports.
The very first Kafka Festival in Myanmar kicked off at Goethe Institute, Yangon on 19 June, and it will keep running till 23rd. The festival is jointly organized by the Embassy of the Czech Republic, Embassy of Switzerland, Japan Foundation, PAN Myanmar, and Goethe Institute. The festival showcases the films, arts, and literature discussions of Kafka's works. One of the special features is that they are displaying virtual reality of Kafka's story, The Metamorphosis. Franz Kafka was one of the most influential authors of 20th century. He has published only a few of his works during his lifetime, yet all his published pieces have gained a wide range of public attention.
It is actually Kafka's extraordinary style of storytelling that fascinated and still is fascinating generations of writers and artists all over the world. It is a great initiative of the Czech Embassy to introduce this extraordinary writer to Southeast Asia.
သူ့ရဲ့စာအုပ်တွေသူ့ရဲ့အယူအဆတွေအတွေးခေါ်တွေဘာညာအားလုံးလည်းတော်တော်များစိတ်ဝင်စားကြတယ်။နောက်ကျွန်တော်တို့ရဲ့စာပေအတိုင်းအဝန်ရုပ်ရှင်အတိုင်းအဝန်အနုပညာအတိုင်းအဝန်ပုံမှာလည်းသူ့ရဲ့လွှမ်းမိုးမှုကအတိုင်းအတာတစ်ခုကြီးကျွန်တော်တို့ရှိတယ်။
Go Hanso, Secretary of PAN Myanmar, mentioned, people are interested in his books, his perspectives, and his philosophy. So, in the industries of literature, film, and art, his influence is still existing. That's why we organize the events to discuss about the works of Kafka. Kafka Festival is firstly held in Bangkok in 2017, and the second time was in Hanoi in 2018. Now it is very first time of introducing Kafka in Yangon. As part of the festival, the public will call to display their works concerning Kafka at the art exhibition. Variety of programs included in the festival, which will introduce all about Kafka for those who don't know about him, and there is a place for the fans of Kafka to gather and have a great exploring.
Kafka corner ဆိုပြီးလောက်ထားတာရှိတယ်ပေါ့နော်ဟိုသူစာအုပ် Kafka နဲ့ပတ်သက်တဲ့စာအုပ်တွေဖတ်လို့ရအောင်မျိုးလောက်ထားပြီးတဲ့ဟာမျိုးရှိတယ်နောက်တစ်ခါကျတော့ visual art တွေပေါ့နော် visual art တွေဆိုအခုမြင်နေရတဲ့ပကြီးရိုးပေါင်းကြောင်းပေါ့နော်အဲ့လို visual art တွေကိုသူ present လုပ်ထားတာရှိတယ်နောက်ရုပ်ရှင်နဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးတော့ဆွေးနွေးမယ့်ဟာတွေရှိတယ်Kafka အကြောင်းကိုပြောတာပေါ့နော်ဟိုအနေ academic တွေကနေပြောတဲ့ဟာမျိုးတွေကျွန်တော် talk တွေကျွန်တော်ရှိမယ်နောက် discussion တွေကျွန်တော်ရှိမယ်သူစာပေလဲအကြောင်း
There's Kafka Corner where you can read books about Kafka. The visuals are also being displayed here. There will be film screening and the discussions about Kafka by academics in literature will also be included. So we will keep running the festival for 5 days with different agendas.
Here you got the possibility to be actually Gregor Samsa, who gets transformed into a bug in Kafka's piece. And here you are able to experience all of this. So you get to be the bug, and you can move around as a bug, and you feel like a bug. You get the feeling you are really a bug when you put on the HC Vive, and then you just start experience it. You be the bug, like in the book from Kafka.
Well, I also tried the virtual reality game of the metamorphosis, and trust me, that was really amazing of feeling yourself like a main character of the famous story. For those who are interested in literature of 20th century, Kafka Festival will give the unique taste and style in literature, which are still influencing the generations of writers, artists, and philosophers. Well, that's all about Kafka Festival Yangon. This is your reporter Dora Susin from MI Radio.
That's a report on Kafka Festival Yangon. Well, don't go anywhere just yet because we still got one last report for you on 2nd Asian Chokushin Pacific Championship. Myanmar will host its first Chokushin Asian Pacific Championship on 23rd of June at Thuana Indoor Stadium. 10 countries are taking part in this championship, mostly from Asian countries. The event organizing committee held a press conference on Thursday at Chatrium Hotel regarding the event. Williamson reports.
Asian Pacific Chokushin Championship organized by Myanmar IKO or International Karate Organization Myanmar will be held on 23rd of June 2019 at Thuana Indoor Stadium. More than 100 fighters from different Asian countries and other countries will take part in this competition according to the statement released by the event organizing committee, which held a press conference on 20th of June 2019 at Chatrium Hotel in Yangon. This is the first time Myanmar is hosting Chokushin sports event in Myanmar. More than 100 fighters from 10 Asian countries will take part in this event, and Myanmar is the 11th country participating in the event. This is the second Asian Pacific Championship, and the first was held in Indonesia in 2017. This is also a historic moment for Myanmar, as the country will host the first ever karate championship. Chokushin is a style of stand-up fighting which was founded in 1964 by Korean-Japanese Masutatsu Omaya. Chokushin is a Japanese word for ultimate truth. This is rooted in a philosophy of self-improvement, discipline, and hard training. Its all full contact style has international Chokushin practitioners have numbered more than 12 million. After formally establishing Chokushin in 1964, Omaya directed the organization through a period of expansion. Omaya staged the first All-Japan Full Contact Karate Open Championship in 1969. Now let's hear from U Tuduzo, the Vice Chairman of Jokshin Karate Organization in Myanmar.
ဟုတ်ပါလားဗျာအမှန်တမ်းပြောတော့ဂျပန်နိုင်ငံမှာဆိုရင်တော့ခရာတေမျိုးစားပေါင်းအများကြီးရှိပါတယ်ဒီမြန်မာနိုင်ငံမှာတော့အဓိကအားလုံးလူသိများပြီးတော့အားလုံးတော်များကစားဖြစ်တာကတော့ဂျုတ်ချင်းနဲ့ရှိုတိုကန်ပေါ့နော်ကျွန်တော်တို့ကစားနေရတော့ရှိုတိုကန်နဲ့မတူပါဘူးဂျုတ်ချင်းခရာတေဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဂျုတ်ချင်းခရာတေကတကယ်တော့ basically ကတော့
In Japan there are different kind of karate but in Myanmar Jokushin and Shotokan are well-known karate. Jokushin karate is different from Shotokan karate. Basically this is the same with other karate but the way Jokushin is emphasized and practiced is different from other karate. The way it is competed is also different as the point is counted on how the fighters can knock down each other.
နောက်ထောင်းကြပြီးတော့နောက်ကောက်ကြတော့မှသာအမှတ်ပေးတဲ့ပုံစံဖြစ်ပါတယ်
Fighters from Myanmar had first a taste of this Jokushin Championship fight in 2017 when the first Asian Pacific Championship was held in Indonesia and they received medal as well. After 2017 championship in Indonesia, it was clear that the next championship will be held in Myanmar. Therefore, karate organization in Myanmar started to select the fighters and began training process for this second Jokushin Championship in Myanmar. The fighters from Myanmar are the fighters based in Yangon but originated from Tanindari region, Kayin State, Pegu region, and Yangon region. According to the report from the press conference, around 70 fighters from Myanmar are taking part in this Asian Pacific Championship. Now let's hear from John Taylor, the Vice President of World International Karate Organization.
Well, Myanmar has now been a member of our organization for about 12 years, 10 years, I beg your pardon. Since that time, they've been very prominent and they've worked very successfully in the group. They have a very good organization here. We're very impressed. So the International Committee voted to allow them to put on the second Asian Pacific Championships here in Myanmar.
Jokushin is not a popular sport in Myanmar compared to other sports in Myanmar. Speaking on a less well-known Jokushin in Myanmar, once again let's hear from John Taylor.
Well, we're hoping having this event here will introduce our style of karate and organization to the many athletes in Myanmar, and hopefully they'll be impressed enough to take karate up, and we'll see them perhaps in the next time we're back here.
And now we have Dalian Rose, one of the fighters who will be fighting for medals in this championship. Speaking to MI Radio said,
So for this competition, I'm expecting a challenge. I'm expecting exciting environment. It's a whole new country. I've never been here before, so it's a whole new experience. Hoping not to get hurt. No, I'm just hoping that it's going to be a really good, fun time. Hopefully, I fingers crossed I win, but there's no guarantees in this sport. So all I can hope for is the best.
This is Williamson reporting for MI Radio.
Right, that's all the reports we have for today. We now explore a little more around the world to see if there's anything strange or interesting happening in the world. A South Carolina man said he has extra reason to celebrate after winning a $1 million lottery jackpot on his birthday. Dennis Ressler of Boiling Springs told South Carolina Education Lottery officials he celebrated his special day by purchasing a Carolina Millions scratch-off ticket at the Breakers Inman convenience store, and the ticket awarded him a $1 million birthday gift. He said the money will make it easier for him to retire in a few years, but he won't be retiring from the lottery. Gaming industry is booming like anything across the world, and with the launch of so many interesting games that companies behind the development of the games are also doing good business. In the latest report, NPD Group has released a report for May this year, which discloses that which games and consoles was a bestseller in the United States in the month of May. It seems Nintendo Switch has given good competition to other consoles in terms of sales. While talking about the games, Mortal Kombat 11 became the best seller in the US for the month of May. The game has maintained its position since April since the release of the game. PlayStation 4 exclusive Days Gone takes the second position, followed by Total War, Three Kingdoms and Rage 2, and on third and fourth position. Minecraft also managed to make it to the top 10 list, again at second last place. Whoever owns a PlayStation 4 and Mortal Kombat 11, I'm envious of you. That's all with the news and reports on Myanmar Today. You can leave your comments and messages on our Facebook posts and catch Myanmar Today on radio at these hours: 7:30 a.m. to 8 a.m., 1 to 1:30 p.m. and from 7:30 to 8 in the evening, Monday to Friday. Thank you for being with us on MR Radio's Myanmar Today. I am Henry Zin and we'll be right back next week. Have a great day.